Hi everyone, in this video we are going to see how to create a new virtual machine using VMware Workstation. Let's first launch VMware Workstation. So I have VMware Workstation version 7.1 running on a Windows 7 Ultimate machine. So this is actually a Windows 7 machine which is running on a MacBook Pro using Boot Camp. And we are going to use VMware Workstation to create a new virtual machine. So as soon as we launch VMware Workstation, it gives us three options. We can either create a new virtual machine, or we can create a new team and assign and add several virtual machines to it, or if we have an image of an existing virtual machine, we can open that existing image. So let's go ahead and create a new virtual machine. Pick the typical option. So if we have an installer disk for the target operating system that we wish to install into this virtual machine, we can actually choose the first option and point to that disk. In this video, let's just go with the option of saying that I will install the operating system later. Let's just see how to create a virtual machine. Let's say next. So you can pick the guest operating system. You can pick between Windows, Linux, Novell NetWare, Sun Solaris, VMware ESX, or another operating system that we have. Let's pick Linux and Ubuntu for now and say next. Leave the default place as it is, where it wants to install the or store the virtual machine image. So it asks for the size of the virtual machine's hard disk. I have about 20 gigs on my 20 gigs of free space on my hard disk, so I'm going to say that the size of the virtual machine's hard disk is about 10 gigabytes, and let's go ahead and store the virtual disk as a single file. Before we hit finish, let's click on customize hardware and review the settings. So I have about 2 gigabytes of 2 GB of RAM on my machine, and it's recommending me to use about 512 megabytes as the RAM for the virtual machine. It's a dual core processor on my machine, so it's assigning one of the processors to the virtual machine. Options for CD, options for floppy, options for network adapter. So it's configured to use the or share the host machine's IP address. Options for USB controller, options for sound card, again use the host machine sound card, options for printer, options for display. Let's say OK and let's hit finish. Should go ahead and create the virtual machine. In fact, it already did. So let's power on this virtual machine. So once we power on this virtual machine, it's going to try to boot up this virtual machine. Since we don't have an operating system installed on this yet, it's going to say that there is no operating system installed, and it's going to probably ask us to install an operating system. Still coming up, still coming up. There it says no boot file name received and operating system not found. So in one of our later videos, we will see how to actually install an operating system on a new virtual machine using VMware Workstation. Thanks for watching.